Hello everyone. I wanted to come on here and do a video about the full moon, right? That passed April 26th, right? Monday, April 26th. It was in Scorpio. It was a crazy full moon. I had a lot going on. I did a video on my other channel, my tarot channel, about this, but I wanted to come in here and talk to my meditation people. And I know that you guys, if you're on my Facebook, you caught the video, but I didn't realize that I didn't upload something about it on here, and I still wanted to tap into it because that particular full moon in Scorpio was very strong, and it brought along with it a lot of feelings that were held in, right? And it was in the 12th house of the unconscious mind. So everything that you were unconsciously unaware of just hit huge at that time. Okay? So it being, and it's like we're going in the past, but that's okay. We're going to jump forward. The full moon was on a Monday, the 26th, and the energy of that moon is felt 3 days after that. So really intense. But the energy should cool down by the second week in May. Okay, all of that feeling. So even, the week before the full moon, you might have experienced a move that needed to happen, news of needing to move, stressful. It's all about that survival energy, because that full moon is about learning how to survive on your own. Because the Scorpion is, when they're naming the moons, they're naming it after the animals, and they watch them, and they, the ancients, they're like, okay, what's going on here? What's the energy of this particular moon when this constellation is up in the sky? What usually happens around that time? And then you factor in the house that the moon is in. So there's a lot of information there, but that's why I'm here to just break it down in my interpretation, right? So happening in the 12th house, there's a lot of meaning in that spiritual 12th house, but the moon being in the 12th house in Scorpio in the ascending, it's going to highlight your ascending sign as well, and that personality for your ascending sign. And I just wasn't even going to mention that, but I just kind of tapped in and pulled that in. Okay, that was a download for real. It resonated, and it really did. And the unconscious mind, just looking at the 12th house, the unconscious mind, because I'm looking at the chart right now, and the ascendant was in the 12th house. It was in Scorpio, and it was the full moon. So things will come to a fully grown blossom, if you will. Okay, and it's a lot of emotions, because Scorpio is fire and water. They're a water sign, but they're fiery, right? And it's all about learning how to survive on your own. So it's like, okay, the Scorpion mom will say, okay, you're young, but you're going to learn at an early age how to hunt for yourself, fend for yourself. So it's a lot of, responsibility issues that will come up. Okay. And there's also a lot of 6th house issues that will pop up as well. I want to say it's 6th house issues. Okay. It's been like a little while since looking at this. I know there'll be 5th house issues as well, but a lot of 6th house issues with your health, your well-being, and your daily routine. So our daily routine is very important to our mind. So, what's going on in your life at the end of April, it's kind of like a spring cleaning effect happening, right? And it's like your daily routine versus your hobbies, because that's what the 6th house is about. It's about your health, your wellness, your well-being, your daily routine, odd jobs too. So it's really factoring what you want to do and what you don't want to do. Okay, with the 6th house, and it has to do with your day job. So anything that you have to do in the day, you're really reviewing that at the full moon and canceling it out, because you want to start the new moon the way you really want to start it. That's why clear communication is so important, right? And looking at the houses, also with Uranus having this, very strong energy in the 6th house, okay, the Uranus energy is all about this powerful awakening that we're going to have. It's going to be about, disrupting what was planned or what is, okay, and changing things, the need to change things. And if you feel like communication is hard, well then yeah, it is, because it's dealing with the 6th house, okay. And the 6th house, it will factor in your fitness as well. So our fitness is our physical way of letting out stress. So even if you've been trying to let out stress, there's been a lot going on, and we'll find that our survival, our own usefulness to ourselves is going to be in question. How are we serving others is going to be a question. And we're going to be looking at our work habits. It also mentions pets. I had to deal with issues with pets too, and a few other people that I know. Okay, so, and it factors in our organization. So a really good mantra that I wanted to share with you guys, and even if you play it just for one day, it's going to be really helpful. Okay, it's called What to Do. It's like something like what to do when nothing works. Okay, when nothing works. So I'm trying to find it, and it's a Kundalini mantra, and I'm gonna put it in the link down here. Okay, and I'm going to copy and paste it. That's a really good mantra to use, because I'm telling you, it is so useful. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. And just chanting this will help you so much. I wish I had it up here so I wasn't searching for it while I'm making the video, but I'm getting over that. If you write in Kundalini yoga, see, we're connecting through time and space. Kundalini meditation, what about that? All right, meditation. What to do? Okay, what to do when nothing works. This mantra has been so useful, okay? And it's bringing mental balance to your mind, because when you're under a lot of stress and you feel Guru Gaitri mantra, yeah. So I'll put it in there. Gobinday, Mukanday, Uranus, Apaaray, Hareeang, Kareeang. Yeah, so you'll really love it. I like it. I say it in a more deeper voice when I chant it. You chant it for 11 minutes. If you don't feel like you can do 31 minutes, that's okay, but do it for 11 minutes. And even if you play it in the background, it is the 8th aspect of God. So you have the sustainer, right? Because when you feel like everything is falling apart, people are dealing with moving, ending of a relationship. It's just a lot of survival mode for the full moon in Scorpio. And whatever was happening in November of 2020 that you were experiencing on that new moon in Scorpio, look back on your calendar, everyone. Some of you guys watching this know me. So, and if you need a calendar, to look up the astrology, but what was happening in November of 2020 on that new moon in Scorpio? So building up from then till the full moon in April, all of the emotions that you've been going through, just sit back and just think, what was going on? That's what manifested, right? So no one's perfect. Whatever weaknesses or whatever we didn't do to help sustain us right now, even though we're getting out of this, sickness that should not be mentioned, right? We're almost out of that change, because when people talk about the big shift, and I'm coming back, the shift or change isn't pleasant and nice all the time, but it's needed, right? And this 6th house, I believe, it's Virgo's house, right? So this is a real grounding. It's a grounding look at self, and to make better improvement. Even if you've been trying to improve on certain things, this is like a swift kick in the butt. And yeah, it just has to do with our work habits, organizing, a sense of our usefulness, right? How do we serve others? How are we helping our partners, our family, ourselves? So, it's like everyone doing their share of what is actually needed right now, and finding what works for you. All right, looking at the 12th house, a lot of endings, because that's where the full moon is, but Uranus was very powerful. Okay, so endings and beginnings, well, mainly endings and healing and closure to something. So hopefully whatever you're going through isn't it's a good ending, and it could have a better beginning, however you want to look at that, right? A repair if needed, right? And things that's in the subconscious mind as well, that that is happening, and a karmic lesson. So the actions that we're doing coming back and really looking us deep in the face, in the heart, in the soul. The 12th house, where the moon is dealing with old age. So maybe the age of a person makes them think a certain way, right? And you have to factor that in dealing with a person. Many things we have to factor in our daily relationship with people, right? And issues coming up with the afterlife, because that's dealing with the 12th house. And what is hidden? Maybe something that wasn't clear to you, but it was clear to someone else. And it also deals with our limited beliefs. So what were you experiencing, the week before the full moon in April, the 26th of April? I'm looking at my calendar. And okay, good, I'm still recording. I was double checking. Am I recording? Am I talking to myself here? What was happening? Sorry for the background noise. Someone's doing their lawn and now they're cutting everything. So, hey. So, what was happening? A lot of 12th house issues, a lot of 6th house issues. So, look at that, and see what was going on there for your experience. Now, this mantra is really good. Any mantra that you can find that works with you, that basically resonates with, it's not forcing anything, it's just setting that powerful energy to clear up what needs to be cleared up, and you looking at yourself and being honest with yourself and saying, hey, what do I need to work on? What is really important that I need to work on right now for myself, right? Okay, so this mantra, okay, it brings mental balance to the mind, right? When you feel like nothing else that you're doing is working, right? And this is just good healing for self. Do it for 11 minutes. And we know the number 11 brings about a powerful message, a powerful change. And that's why, Yogi Bhajan, the Kundalini Yoga, is using a frequency in the numbers for the meditation, because it brings about a big message. And we want that crown chakra to go ding ding, like they say, that aha moment, that great realization of, oh, okay, this is what I need to do. This is the answer. So, Gobinday, Mukanday, Udaaray, Apaaray, Hareeang, Kareeang, and so on. So it's a sustainer, right? So we need a sustainer, something to hold things together. Having something sustain is very important. So sustainer, liberator, enlightener, infinite, destroyer, creator, nameless, and desireless, right? So this is so powerful, because sustaining something, we want things to sustain. Let me break it down into real life, right? Because it's not just, ooh, a yoga guru talky thing, right? So sustainer, right now we're going through a lot right now, and I'm talking to whoever's watching this that might not know me, but I'm also talking to people that I know, love, care about, as well, from yoga class, yoga workshops, and so on. So we want things to sustain, but there's a lot of work in that. So it's just connecting to divine, right? We want things to sustain and work. We want to feel liberated. We want to feel free from things that is binding us, right? We want to feel enlightened, where we're like, oh, wow, I learned something new today. Wow, this person really touched my soul. Infinite. We want to believe that good things will last forever. What do I think of? Everyone that I love. You think of your family, your husband, your boyfriend, your lover, your kids, whatever, hopefully your husband, your partner is your lover, right? So, they're all that in one, right? So you want this to be infinite. You want this joy to last. There's never going to be a perfect everything time, right? But we want to feel that the joy is infinite. And in all ancient teachings, there's always reincarnation, right? I want to share this meme where these monks were laughing. They're like, and then she said, you only live once. I love that. I want to find that meme again. I want to share that. So if you know me and you share it, I'm going to share it. I don't care if you share it. I'm going to share it because tomorrow is Saturday, so I'm going to share it. So we want things to be infinite. We want to know that our essence, our being will live on forever. Destroyer. We want a destroyer to end foolishness, to end rubbish, to end garbage, to end crazy things. We learn from it. It's like the yin and the yang. You can't know how glorious, how wonderful something is without knowing how bad something is. So, once we've gone through the gutter and learned that lesson, we want our destroyer. We want the God within us, right? And the God, the creator, to be a fighter and a great defender, right? So we want a destroyer to destroy what we no longer need anymore, and then it recreates it. It makes me think of the earth and the dinosaurs, and when the earth gets tired of the dinosaurs eating up so much food, and I was having a conversation about this weeks ago, the earth is like, you know what? I'm done with you. You're out. And once the earth gets tired of people, y'all doing too much. Done. Finish. Right? So we want that creator to create things anew. And Nameless, when I think of Nameless, of course we know the teachings if you've studied, the name of the creator, right? It's, to me, I'm just going to mention in this one part Nameless, because there could be, how could you grasp the greatness of a creator, right? And then Desireless, I like to think of, when you have so much, because I was watching some videos on minimalism, and I was talking to my girlfriend, one of my girlfriends, about that minimalism. I'm trying to pronounce it, minimalism, right? Minimalist. I finally got it right. So there's too many M's in there, M's and I's and N's, I don't know. But Desireless, right? When you feel like you have so much and you don't realize it, that's why we do these spring cleanings, and I like to do 4-season cleaning, right? Not just spring cleaning. If you wait for spring cleaning, you're, so Desireless. It's like when you have so much and you're like, you know what, this is too much stuff. Especially when you're going through stress and if you have to move, you're like, I have so much stuff. This is so stressful. I just want to donate a lot of them. I don't even need this. I don't use this. Why do I have this? I'm going to donate this. So to want something feels great, but to feel like, hey, if I have it, I have it. If I don't, I don't. And when you're that desireless, it's so freaking attractive, because it's like, I'm already filled up. I need nothing else, right? And even if you don't own it, like say, okay, you have a backyard, you're happy you have a backyard. But even if you go into nature and you're walking around, you don't have to own it. You're just in nature and you're experiencing it for that moment. And there's no responsibility, because if you have to take care of a lawn and maintain it, that's great. There's joy in that too. So I'm not knocking that. But I'm saying when you feel like, okay, I need a break from all this responsibility, you can just go out into nature and nature takes care of itself, right? You don't need to manicure it. It's just beautiful. But then places that are manicured is beautiful too. So I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying to feel like desireless in that sense, right? So I'm just looking at it from this perspective, right? So everything is taken care of. So what we're going through right now, and it's about to end, so I know this video is right on time. I'm gonna say that this video is right on time, okay? So when you're watching this, it's right on time, because the message is timeless, regardless of the April 26 Scorpio full moon, okay? 7 degrees 5 minutes, okay? And when we look at 7 too, let's tap into that. Let's look at 7. I remember 7 numerology just from one word. We all remember things differently, right? 7 is continued spiritual learning. We think of 7 as being a lucky number, It's a deep number. It offers wisdom. Okay. So that's 7 degrees we can take into approach of our intellect and our emotional intellect as well. So when you look up the meaning of 7, you can find different meanings that you'll vibe with. Maybe you're watching this and your life path number is a 7 and you're thoughtful, you're intuitive, you're quiet, you're analytical. You can also be moody and shy and critical. So all in all, this is a survival full moon. It has a lot of energy, a lot of craziness, but it also has a lot of strength, and it's reminding you at your core of your strength in chaos. Okay, it's reminding you of your survivor ability. And I know a lot of Scorpios, they're very smart, they are very analytical, and they're survivors. And even if the beginning of their life was very rough, if they're strong enough, they're the best people that you could ever meet, one of the best people you could ever meet, right? And they want you to win, and they don't have time for craziness, and they want to win, right? So I'll put the meditation information below, and I will do a recording of it. I'll try to do a recording of it in the future, but you can practice it on your own. So this is the meditation talk because I couldn't do a workshop. I was too busy moving and getting stuff done, moving things around, and all of that jazz, right? So, and getting rid of stuff. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and let's jump into the present, and let's jump into the future on this calendar here. Okay, so May, happy May, and the 11th on a Tuesday is the new moon in Aries. Okay, and this is Pacific time. I'm still having it on Pacific time for all my peoples. 21 degrees 17 minutes, 11:59. Okay, that's when it's happening, 11:59, and that's in the daytime. 11:59 is the high peak. Okay, May 11th. So I hope you guys found this information that I'm sharing with you guys on here informative. I thought I turned my volume off, but I love my my ringtone here. So I just wanted to jump in here and make this video, this meditation talk, and just keep being strong, and I will see you guys for the new moon. I'll have that one up. All right, peace.